Beethoven's nice too.
I'm Sandy O'Connor, and this is Artist Showcase. This is April 24th, and we are in about a month and a half of rehearsals, although we've done a lot of extras as well. And this is a real rehearsal that you're going to see because it is a process. We have all had to study our lines, study the music. There's a lot of music in this show, and we've had to do a lot of extra rehearsals for that. But what we are doing is having fun, and I relate it to like going to school. You know, in this show, we are all like 6 to 10 years old, and when we go to school, you know, we have fun, but then, you know, we have to learn, and then we have to take a test, and then if we pass that test, well, isn't that the best thing that could happen? And our test will be that we perform it for you on May 17th through the 19th, and you say, yes, you did pass the test. This is Karen Pollock, and she's our pianist. She's a trained pianist. And Karen, tell us a little about, you know, don't sugarcoat it. Tell us about the real challenge of playing piano for this show.
The real challenge is meeting with everybody, all the cast, the singers, the soloists, the chorus, and getting together. There's dialogue in between the music. That makes it a challenge. And some of the chords are challenging, and the intervals, getting them to get the right note is a challenge. But it's a lot of fun.
It is, and she's been doing a wonderful job because she's going to be playing throughout the show. Her piano will be probably right where we're standing, and we're so pleased to have live music instead of having to record it or other means that we might use to produce a show. So having this lady has been a real blessing. Now I'm with Sheila Bialka, who's our wonderful director. We call her the Queen of Tart because she does make every scene more fun and more interesting. But you tell us about how you feel about doing this show.
This, out of maybe 20 musicals that I've directed, is the hardest show I've ever done. Because you think it's a children's show, and it's not. It's a very sophisticated show, and the music is very, very complex. And because mostly you don't have singers, anybody can hum along and sing a song, but when you get real good singers, they can follow the music and they can learn songs really quickly. Well, most of our people are not musicians, they can't read music, so that's making it doubly hard. But thank God for Sharon. Sharon has really worked them, and they are working hard because, by God, I'm not giving them an inch. They have to.
And Sharon's musical background.
Sharon's musical background, yeah, she's done wonders with the chorus. She really has. So apart from the fact that don't want people to think it's a children's show, it's not. Children can come by all means because children are familiar with Charlie Brown, you know, the Great Pumpkin and all those things. But it's more of a sophisticated adult show. It really is, because if you look at the characters, you can correlate them to people that you know. It's very good to see us people our age playing children. I mean, little kids. We're playing like 4 and 5 year olds. So it's really quite interesting to develop a show like this. So I'm really pleased so far that it's gone as well as it has. Mind you, we have a lot more work to do.
Yes.
I'm not going to minimize that.
Right. One thing Sheila does so well is when we start to really get it, she starts adding in these wonderful bits, and she goes to the childlikeness in us and gets us to do all these fun things. And sometimes they're the littlest thing, but they make a big difference.
Yeah, it's a character difference. You know, you've got to know characters really, and you've got to spot something that you want in that character.
The beautiful part of being in a show is the camaraderie, the people realizing the work has to be done and doing it and spending whatever time it takes to do it.
We must give a shout out to Kenny.
Yes.
Who does these wonderful set pieces. I mean, look at this, the doghouse and that, and he's coming up with other things. We're going to have a wall back here that he's constructing, and he's absolutely brilliant.
One of the things we try to do to our best ability is constantly study our lines, and then when we get here, if there's time, we do some more studying of our lines because we're trying to get it all together.
Yeah. And then in between scenes, people are running off and looking at their book. Even on the night of the show, everybody's got their lines back there.
Actually, it's a good idea because I remember one show where this main character forgot something and and they had to go back off stage and correct it for the next act. So there is a reason to do that, to keep your memory.
Then we had one time where he went out to the bathroom, one of the guys, in the middle of the scene. Forgot so one of the girls had to come in and fill in for him, give his line.
And that happens.
Yeah, my heart was pumping out of my chest. But it's all part of theatre. It's all part of the game.
So what's the goal of this rehearsal this morning?
This is to run Act 1, and then we start to polish it. Because I think Act 1 now, people have their lines, they have the songs. Now we have to start to polish. And that is what takes the time. Ladies, Evelyn, you're in your position here. You remember the 3 lights, 3 cones of light?
Yes, of course.
Come on, everybody, let's go. Time's a wasting.
Time's a wasting.
I don't want books. Put your books down. Get them off the set. Don't leave them on the set.
No, my props aren't here either. I guess Chris took them home.
You're in your 3 cones of light. All right, we're ready? Music. Lights on 1.
I don't think you have anything to worry about, Charlie Brown. After all, science has shown that a man's character is actually established by the time he's 5 years old.
But I am 5. I'm more than 5.
Oh,
Blackout.
well, I guess that's the way it goes.
Oh no, sorry, blackout now, yeah. Go ahead. Lights on 2.
The only thing wrong with my big brother Charlie Brown is his lack of confidence, his inferiority, and his lack of confidence. His clumsiness, his inferiority, and his lack of confidence. His stupidity, his clumsiness, his inferiority, and his lack of confidence.
Blackout. Lights.
Did you know that Charlie Brown has never pitched a winning baseball game? He's never been able to keep a kite in the air. He's never won a game of checkers. And he's never successfully punted a football. Sometimes I marvel at his consistency.
I think Charlie Brown has nice hands.
It truly is a dog's life, full of many challenges. I try to get excited when that little round-headed kid comes home from school.
Now, Frida, I want you to take a good look at Charlie Brown's face. Hold still a minute, Charlie Brown, so Frida can study your face. Now, this is what you call a failure face. See how it has failure written all over it. See how he has the deep, deep lines and the dull, vacant expression in his eyes. Oh, yes, I would say this is the finest example of a failure face you're likely to see in a long while.
See, sometimes I wake up early in the morning to see the sun rise. And I think how beautiful it is and how my life lies before me. I get a very positive feeling about things. Like this morning, for instance. The sky was so clear, the sun was so bright. How can anything go wrong on a day like this?
You're a good man, Charlie Brown. You're a kind of reminder we need. You have nobility, and a sense of honor that is very rare indeed. You're a good man, Charlie Brown, and we know you will go very far. It's hard to believe, almost frightening to conceive what a good man you are.
You are kind.
kind.
You are kind to all the animals and every little bird. With a heart of gold, you believe what you're told.
Every single solitary word.
You bravely face adversity. You're cheerful through the day. You're thoughtful, brave, and courteous.
And you also have some faults, but for the moment, let's just say that you're a good man,
Charlie Brown. You're a prince, and a prince could be king. With a heart so yours, you open any door. You could go out and do anything. You could be King Charlie Brown. You could be king.
If only you weren't so wishy-washy.
Good stage. Good. Yeah.
Except for me.
Not bad, not bad. Still needs a bit of pizzazz.
So you said pizzazz. How are they going to add more pizzazz?
Well, they've got to come more alive. They've got to be more lively on the stage. You know, they're all very robotic. You're a good man, Charlie Brown. I want some action. You know, you're a good man, Charlie Brown. You know, rah, rah, rah. Like football games.
And what do you think?
Oh, it's always, I mean, it's getting better. You can feel it, but I think Sheila's right. We just have to keep getting better, and that's the process. When you rehearse for 2 months and you're here a lot of time, you finally get there.
Yeah, and you know, after you've rehearsed it so many times, you keep going over and over it. You get bored with it. Well, they've got to find some way to get unbored with it. I mean, if you're going to be doing a show 5 nights a week for 3 or 4 months, you've got to invent different things to make it fresh. Well, they've only got 3 nights, so they should be able to make it fresh every night.
This is my report on the past. The past is very important to people. I must admit, I know very little about it. I wasn't here then.
I think I'd like you to come down and address the audience more on that. You know, the past is very important. I mean, everybody relies on the past.
So come right up and
Yeah,
say,
come right up and walk down the stage talking to the audience, okay?
this is my report on the past. People find the past very interesting. I must admit, though, that I know very little about it. I wasn't here then.
That's it, off, yeah. And when you say about the past, I mean, come on, you're talking to a bunch of old people in the audience. The past is very important to them, okay? So, you know a lot about the past, or whatever the line is. Yeah.
So sort of
point to them, yeah.
The past is very important to people.
Yeah.
Like that?
Good,
Sort of?
good,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Charlie.
See, lunchtime is about the worst time of the day for me. Always happen to sit here alone. And then there's the mornings. They aren't so pleasant either. You're waking up wondering if anybody would ever miss me if I never got out of bed. And then there's the nights, too. See, when I do all those stupid things during the day. And all those hours in between when I do all those stupid things. See, lunchtime is about the worst time of the day for me. Well, I guess I better see what I have for lunch. Peanut butter. Some psychiatrist said people that eat peanut butter sandwiches are lonely.
Take a bite. Take a bite.
I guess they're right. And when you're really lonely, the peanut butter sticks to the roof of your mouth. Boy, this PTA sure did a great job on painting this bench.
Do a big pause between the roof of
Do a
your
pause?
mouth and talking about the... So sort of look around, you know, stick
Okay.
to the roof of your mouth.
Okay.
What else am I going to talk about? Oh, the benches, you know?
Okay.
Then start on about the PTA did a good job on the benches, yeah.
Okay. You want me to
So
say
a
that?
little bit of a pause
Little
between the
pause.
roof of your mouth and the benches.
Okay. You want me to do that again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Peanut butter.
Okay. So when you're really lonely, the peanut butter sticks to the roof of your mouth. Boy, the PTA sure did a good job painting these benches. Oh, see, there's that cute little redheaded girl over there eating her lunch. So I wonder what she would say if I went over and sat next to her and ate my lunch. She'd probably laugh in my face. It's hard on the face when it gets laughed into.
There's an empty
Blind? Oh, there's an empty place right next to her. So there's no reason why I couldn't go over and sit next to her. So I could do it right now. All I have to do is stand up. I'm standing up. I'm sitting down. I'm a coward. I'm so much a coward, she wouldn't even think of looking at me. She very rarely she hardly looks at me. In fact, I can't remember her ever looking at me. So why shouldn't she look at me? Is there any reason why she shouldn't look at me? Is she so great and I'm so small, she can't spare one little moment? She's looking at me. Oh, she's looking at me.
No, Sally, the dress you're thinking of is the one I wore to Lucinda's party. The one I'm talking about is very light blue with a big sash and, well, here.
I don't remember.
Well, come here. It had a skirt that went like this and the big puffy sleeves and a big sash.
Now I remember.
Well, that's the one I was wearing when I saw Frida, and she told me she'd seen that.
Happiness is a fleeting thing, Sally, but I think that a person can come closer to it by directing the forces of his life toward a single goal, which he should believe in. And I think that a person's search for happiness is not a selfish thing either, because by finding happiness themselves, they can help others to find it. Does that make sense to you, Sally?
Well,
Twirl your dress on this, yeah.
we had spaghetti at our house 3 times this week.
No, don't tell her. Tell the audience.
Okay.
I mean, absolutely blank.
Because
you
I
think
have
you're
them, yeah.
answering all this philosophical stuff she's talking about, and it's... We had spaghetti at our house 3 times this week.
Oh, my God.
And off you go. Big eyes, you know.
Okay. So why don't you give me the last line?
Does that make sense to you?
Does that make sense to you, Sally?
Well, we had spaghetti at our house 3 times this week. Oh.
You give up.
I wanted to always be known as athletic. Don't you walk around there, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Always wanted to be known. Always wanted to be athletic.
Instead of just walking, why don't you
Do something.
always wanted to be athletic, you know, sort of.
Okay.
Or pretend you're bouncing a basketball. Or...
Can I do like something like I always wanted to be athletic?
Yeah.
No? Okay.
Take it from your flash position.
Okay. Flash. I always wanted to be athletic
That's it.
and be known as Flash.
How's the rehearsal going?
Well, actually, I think it's going pretty well. I mean, keep in mind, we're still like 3 or more weeks away. So it's starting to shape up. We still have missed lines and all that. This is what we keep working on, both in rehearsal and outside of rehearsal. So, like, even I have to look at my book to see for sure where I am, you know, and most of us do. And Sheila even mentioned during the show, a lot of times you will have your book back there on a music stand so that you can just refer. At that point, you're just looking for the key entrance so that you know exactly when to be on.
I'm Linus. I'm the little boy. I'm the baby. And this is my big sister, Lucy.
I think you're having too much fun.
He was always inspired by the beautiful sounds of the countryside.
Come back here with that ball, you blockhead!
Beethoven had it nice.
They like me. I think they're swell. Isn't it remarkable how things turn out so well? Pretty skies, pleasant day, here I lie, out a day, not bad, not bad at all. Cozy home, board in bed, sturdy roof beneath my head. Not bad, not bad at all. Faithful friends come to greet me. Baby bones scratch my ear. Little birds come to greet me, sitting here on my stomach with their sharp little claws, which are sometimes cold and occasionally painful. And sometimes there are so many that I can hardly stand it. Rats! I feel every now and then that I gotta bite someone. I know every now and then what I want to be. A fierce jungle animal crouched on the limb of a tree. La 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 la. I lay very, very still till I see a victim come. I lay very well, knowing that every second counts. Then, like the fierce jungle creature I am, I would pounce. I'd pounce. I'd pounce. I never realized how far down to the ground it was from here. Pretty sky. Not bad. Not bad at all. Not bad. Not bad at all. I wonder if it's going to snow tonight.
What was that like?
Well, in rehearsal sometimes it's challenging because in the middle of it you forget your words right overhead. But we go on. That's what makes practice perfect.
I was feeling something. Were you feeling something when you were singing?
Well, yeah.
It almost made me cry.
Really?
Yeah.
That's great. I do sing with a lot of emotion, and that's
Was that song hard for you to do?
No, not really. Not really.
Was it fun?
Very fun.
What was the best part about it?
I love the line, I feel every now and then I gotta bite someone.
Yeah, you were into that, right?
Yes, I'm into that.
And how's the play going so far?
It's coming along, slowly, but coming.
It's hard work, right?
It is hard work.
How much rehearsing do you do at home?
I like to do it during the afternoon, usually a couple hours a day.
A couple hours a day?
Yeah, just going over the songs and perfecting.
You've got a big role.
I do.
How much do you practice and rehearse?
I rehearse not as much as I ought to, but I know the show pretty well. I've been a fan of the show since I was a teenager.
No kidding.
Yeah, and I'm the music director on the show too, which is why you might hear me screaming lyrics at people. It's very fun. I'm having such a good time playing this brat.
It seems really hard. Is it hard to get this together?
To get the whole show together, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, it is because a lot of our cast are not natural singers, so it's been tough getting them to learn their music, but they're doing a great job.
And how's Sheila doing?
Well, Sheila's amazing. She's a really good director.
How much fun are you having?
I'm having a great time.
I mean, this is the best part ever, right?
Hi?
The best part ever.
Well, yes, we hope so. I have to do a little work on my solo, but yeah, it's lots of fun.
Is it making you feel young?
I'm the baby.
Right.
Yeah, I'm little Linus. I'm Lucy's little brother. Yeah, it's fun. It's very fun.
What's the hardest part of the show?
What's the hardest part of the show?
Yeah.
It's all about the same. It's just a matter of learning lines and the music.
How much are you rehearsing at home?
A lot. Yeah, I think we all do. And we rehearse. We're doing a lot of rehearsals as well. Here on the stage, and also One of the fellows home we go to, he has a piano, we practice. And we're also rehearsing on the weekends, so yeah, we've got a lot to do. One more month, so we gotta clean it up. Yeah, but it's good.
So I'm here with Alan Williams, who plays the lead of Charlie Brown in You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown.
Hello. How's everybody doing out there?
We're good. And I'm Sally, his sister. So, Alan, we just want to get a feel, because I know that this is your first show.
Yes.
So tell us how you feel about this and the process and how you feel about doing it.
Well, it's my first theater show. I've been on stage since I was like 10 years old, so I have a little experience on stage, but this is actually my first theater lead role, and it's tough, but it's a good experience. The group I'm working with have been really supportive, so that's a good thing.
It's like 4:30 in the afternoon. We've been working since 9:30 this morning, but we did have a break. But I think we're all pretty tired, right?
Yes. Oh,
and
yes.
that's one of the things you just have to go through to get through it. I mean, we will be rehearsing like this intensely from now until the show, and we only have a couple weeks, and the final week is Tech Week, which perfection is expected in Tech Week. You know, other than the poor tech people who have to stop us for one reason or another. But other than that, you know, we're supposed to be perfect. So, how do you feel about that?
I've learned a lot from everybody here. I'm going to need a rest after this, because this is the first time. This is the first time I've ever had to learn lines and act. But it's been very rewarding here. You know, doing this whole theater performance, and I can't wait till it starts. I'm really excited about it. It's funny, it's hilarious. I think people are really going to enjoy this
and
play.
It's touching,
really.
too.
And yes, the songs are great, and our choir is great. Everybody, the whole show is really, really great.
You know what we say in the theater.
You want to break a leg?
You got it.
Yeah.
Let's all break our legs.
Okay.
And then hope we just pull off what we believe we can pull off, and we will do it. You know we will.
I think we will.
Me too.
I think we will. All right.
You're a good man, Charlie Brown.
All right, thank you, Sandy.
I believe that you are going to totally enjoy this and watching us all be kids again. And our goal is to fill these seats to the top and have you walk out of here completely invigorated and happier than when you walked in.